Brandy Harvey has officially broken the internet, and she did not come to play. What happens when the golden child of the Harvey empire finally gets left on read on the world's biggest stage? We are talking about the ultimate Hollywood power move that has everyone from TMZ to your auntie on Facebook losing their minds. Is the perfect Harvey family dynamic finally crumbling under the weight of an Oscar statue? While Michael B. Jordan was standing on that stage, clutching his historic Best Actor win, a different kind of history was being made in the DMs. Rumor has it Lori Harvey tried to slide back in with a congratulations text that was met with the deadliest weapon in the digital age, the blue double check of silence. But the real shocker? Brandy Harvey isn't staying quiet anymore. Is she finally exposing the truth about how the Harvey household really reacted to Michael's massive glow-up? People are whispering that the jealousy is at an all-time high, and the it girl crown is starting to slip. Was Lori's independent woman narrative just a cover for a fumble so massive it's changed the family's DNA? Get ready because we are diving deep into the leaked secrets, the late-night breakdowns, and the sisterly shade that Steve Harvey never wanted you to see. This isn't just celebrity gossip. This is an investigation into the downfall of a socialite dynasty. Did Michael B. Jordan just get the last laugh? Or is Brandy Harvey about to drop the real bomb? Don't blink because the truth is messier than we ever imagined. The silence coming from Michael B. Jordan's camp right now is louder than the applause he received on that Oscar stage. We all saw him standing there, the man of the hour, the man of the decade, finally getting that gold statue. But while the world was celebrating his talent, the real drama was happening in the background, specifically within the walls of the Harvey household. You have to wonder what it feels like to watch someone you walked away from reach the absolute pinnacle of success, while you are left dealing with the fallout of your own choices. The word on the street is that the atmosphere at the Harvey mansion was anything but celebratory. While the rest of Hollywood was at the after parties, sources claim Lori Harvey was staring at a phone that refused to buzz. The narrative for years was that Lori moves on her own terms and that she is the one who decides when a chapter is over. But when Michael B. Jordan took that stage, the power dynamic shifted in a way that no PR team could fix. It was the ultimate moment of realization that the person she let go didn't just move on, he soared. Now let's talk about Brandy Harvey because she is the one who really set the match to the gasoline this time. For years, Brandy and Carly have played the role of the supportive older sisters, but the whispers of tension have always been there. You can only keep up a perfectly blended family image for so long before the cracks start to show. Rumor has it that Brandy has been dropping hints behind the scenes that the favorite child treatment Lori receives has finally hit a breaking point. The internal leaked reports suggest that Brandy has been less than sympathetic about Lori's current emotional state. Imagine being the older biological daughter who watched the struggle years, only to see the spotlight constantly shined on your stepsister's dating life. When Michael won that Oscar, it wasn't just a win for him. It was a reminder of what Lori lost. And according to these anonymous insiders, Brandy wasn't about to let Lori forget it. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife, and the Harvey family dinner table is looking more like a battlefield. Public reactions have been brutal, to say the least. Social media is currently a minefield for the Harveys. People are digging up old interviews where Michael looked absolutely head over heels, contrasting them with his cold, professional demeanor now. The consensus online is that Lori fumbled the bag on a cosmic level. It is one thing to break up with a rising star, but it is another thing entirely to watch that star become a sun while you are still trying to figure out your next move. The sarcasm from fans is reaching an all-time high, with memes circulating about Michael's voicemail being the busiest place in Hollywood. What makes this even more sensational is the alleged involvement of Marjorie Harvey. Rumors claim that Marjorie was up until the early hours of the morning trying to manage a full-blown crisis. We are talking about a woman who has spent her life crafting a specific image for her daughter. Seeing that image get dismantled by Michael's success is a nightmare scenario. The investigative findings from our source on the inside suggest that Marjorie is scrambling to find a new high-profile connection for Lori, just to shift the conversation. But you can't shift a conversation this big. Not when someone like Brandy is allegedly feeding the fire. There are reports of heated phone calls and disagreements over how the family should handle the public perception. Brandy reportedly feels that the family has spent enough time and money protecting Lori's reputation, and it's time for some real talk. This isn't just about a breakup anymore. It's about the internal politics of one of the most famous families in the industry. The corruption of the narrative is what really gets me. For so long we were told that Michael was the one who was too serious, the one who was pushing for marriage too fast. But now, with Michael reaching this level of prestige, that story looks like a desperate attempt to save face. People are starting to ask if Michael was actually the one who realized he needed to level up, and Lori was just a distraction. The abuse of public trust through these curated PR stories is finally being exposed, and the truth is far less glamorous. Anonymous sources close to the family's security detail have mentioned seeing Brandy leaving the property after a particularly loud argument. The speculation is that Brandy is tired of the facade. She has allegedly seen the way Lori's ego was stroked by the media, and how it affected the family's genuine connections. When Michael won, and Lori's attempts to reach out were ignored, Brandy reportedly saw it as the ultimate reality check that her sister desperately needed. The lavish spending that Steve Harvey has done to keep everyone happy is also coming under fire. From private jets to luxury vacations, the Harvey lifestyle is the stuff of legends. But you can't buy genuine respect, and you certainly can't buy an Oscar. Michael earned his seat at the table through work and grit, while the Harvey brand is starting to look like it's built on shifting sands. The public is seeing the contrast, and they are choosing the man who put in the work over the family that puts in the appearances. As we look deeper into these leaked reports, the details get even more specific. There is talk of a crisis meeting held at the Harvey estate where the main topic wasn't Steve's next project, but how to stop the Michael B. Jordan effect from tarnishing their brand. Every time Michael's name is mentioned, Lori's name follows as a footnote of what could have been. That is a position no socialite wants to be in. It takes you from being the lead actress in your own life to being a guest star in someone else's success story. The irony here is that Lori has always prided herself on being the one who moves on. But move on to what? Another rapper? Another athlete? Michael moved on to the history books. The investigation into their past relationship is being reopened by every gossip blog on the internet, and the findings are not in Lori's favor. We are seeing reports that Michael actually tried to include her in his vision for the future, but she was too focused on the single girl brand. Now that the brand is failing, the regret is reportedly setting in. Brandy's alleged exposure of the truth isn't just about Lori, though. It's about the whole structure. She is reportedly pointing out that the family's obsession with fame and image has created a hollow environment. When Michael was around, he brought a level of class and substance that the family loved to brag about. Now that he's gone, they are left with the noise and the rumors, and Brandy seems to be the only one willing to say that the emperor has no clothes. The public reactions are fueling this fire. The comments sections are filled with people calling out the Harvey family for their subtle shade in the past. People haven't forgotten Steve's "Love Yourself" posts or Marjorie's cryptic captions. They see it all now as a defense mechanism for a situation they couldn't control. Michael's silence is his greatest weapon, and he is wielding it with expert precision. By not responding to the calls or the messages, he is telling the world that the Harvey chapter is not just closed, it's been deleted. We are also hearing about the financial implications of this image crisis. Lori's brand deals are built on her being the it girl, the girl everyone wants but nobody can keep. But when the narrative changes to the girl who got left on red by an Oscar winner, the allure starts to fade. Advertisers want winners, and right now all the winning is happening on Michael's side of the fence. This is a financial crisis in the making for the Harvey PR machine. As the situation continues to unfold, more siblings are allegedly being dragged into the mess. The tension between the biological kids and the stepkids is a tale as old as time, but when you add millions of dollars and global fame into the mix, it becomes explosive. Brandy is reportedly leading the charge in demanding that the family stops catering to Lori's public image at the expense of their own peace. She wants the truth out there, even if it's messy. And the truth is, Michael B. Jordan didn't just win an award, he won the breakup. He won the narrative. He won the respect of the industry. And he did it all without saying a single negative word about his ex. That level of maturity is what makes the Harvey family's reported reactions look so small. While they are allegedly arguing in mansions and leaking stories to save face, Michael is likely already preparing for his next big role, miles away from the drama. The fallout is just beginning. We are looking at a potential shift in how the Harvey family operates in the public eye. Will they continue to push the perfect narrative, Or will they finally address the cracks that Brandy is allegedly exposing? The investigative findings suggest that the internal pressure is reaching a boiling point, and something has to give. You can only ignore the truth for so long before it finds a way to the surface, and Brandy Harvey might just be the one to push it there. The public is waiting for the next move, but Michael has already made his. By ignoring that call, he set a boundary that the Harveys aren't used to. They are used to being the ones who set the terms. But in the world of high-stakes Hollywood, a Best Actor winner sets his own terms. Laurie is reportedly learning that the hard way, and the lessons are only going to get tougher as Michael's career continues to skyrocket. As we transition into the next phase of this scandal, we have to look at the legal and professional threats looming over the Harvey empire. With internal leaks becoming more common, the risk of a major whistleblower situation is high. Brandy's alleged comments are just the tip of the iceberg. If more members of the inner circle start talking, the perfect Harvey brand could face a total collapse, leaving Laurie to navigate a world where she is no longer the favorite. The rumors of a full-scale legal and professional meltdown within the Harvey inner circle are spreading like wildfire across the industry. When you have an empire built on the perception of perfection, any leak is a threat to the entire foundation. Brandy's alleged decision to stop playing by the family rules has sent shockwaves through their legal team. We are hearing reports that non-disclosure agreements are being pulled out and reviewed because the fear of a tell-all is real. This isn't just about a sister being upset. This is about the potential exposure of how the Harvey brand really operates behind the scenes. Investigative sources are suggesting that the fumbled bag narrative isn't just a social media joke anymore. It's a business liability. If Laurie's public image as the ultimate trendsetter and unreachable woman is compromised, the multimillion-dollar endorsements and the influence she wields over fashion and beauty brands could evaporate overnight. The irony of the situation is that while Michael B. Jordan is being hailed as the new king of Hollywood, the Harvey family is reportedly dealing with the kind of internal chaos usually reserved for a corporate takeover. Public backlash is growing, and it's not just directed at Laurie. Steve Harvey's reputation as the all-knowing father figure, who gives the best life advice, is being called into question. Fans are asking how he can give relationship advice to millions when his own household is reportedly in shambles over a breakup that happened years ago. Anonymous insiders are painting a picture of a house divided. On one side, you have the Marjorie and Laurie camp, focused on damage control and trying to find a way to spin Michael's win as something they are still a part of. On the other side, you have the biological Harvey children, led by Brandy, who are reportedly tired of the Laurie first policy. The tension is no longer being hidden behind closed doors. It is leaking into the very fabric of their public lives. The public reaction to these internal leaks has been a mix of shock and, "I told you so." Social media detectives are pointing out that Michael B. Jordan's success is the best revenge. He didn't have to release a statement, he just had to be better. And he is. The narrative has shifted from Laurie Harvey is the prize to Michael B. Jordan was the prize she didn't deserve. That kind of public sentiment is impossible to fight with a simple Instagram post or a curated paparazzi walk with a new boyfriend. Wait until you hear about the alleged leaked memos regarding Laurie's future projects. Sources claim that several high-level meetings with production companies have been postponed because the drama surrounding her personal life is becoming too distracting. In the world of high-stakes entertainment, nobody wants to be associated with a losing narrative. Michael's Oscar win has essentially blacklisted the Harvey drama from the serious rooms of Hollywood. They want the winner, not the family that's famous for being famous and fighting on social media. The sarcasm online is brutal, with people suggesting that Laurie should start a podcast about how to handle the ultimate regret. But the real investigative findings show that this isn't a joke to the people involved. The abuse of power within the family dynamic, where one child's needs allegedly override everyone else's, has created a toxic environment that Brandy is reportedly ready to dismantle. She is tired of the secrecy, tired of the favoritism, and she's using this moment of Michael's triumph to shine a light on the truth. We are seeing reports of emergency PR consultants being brought in to handle the Brandy problem. How do you silence a sister who knows where all the bodies are buried? Especially one who has watched you use your platform to shade a man who did nothing but love you? The public has noticed the shift, and they are siding with Brandy. They want the tea and they want it raw. The perfect facade is being stripped away layer by layer, And what's underneath isn't pretty. The financial crisis within the Harvey brand could be massive. Think about it. If Steve Harvey's family man image is tarnished, his talk shows, books, and endorsement deals could all take a hit. The corruption of the brand's core values, integrity, family, and hard work, is being exposed by the very people who were supposed to protect it. Michael B. Jordan didn't just win an Oscar. He may have inadvertently triggered the collapse of an entire media dynasty just by being successful. People are also looking at the hypothetical resignations of key staff members within the Harvey household. When things get this messy, the people who work behind the scenes are the first to jump ship. We are hearing whispers that longtime assistants and security personnel are looking for the exit because they don't want to be caught in the crossfire of the Brandy versus Lori war. The atmosphere is reportedly so tense that even the staff are being asked to take sides. And let's not forget the role of the other siblings. While Brandy is the one speaking out, the silence of the other Harvey children is equally telling. It's a silent protest against the way things have been handled for years. The investigative reports suggest that Michael B. Jordan was the glue that kept some of these tensions at bay because he was a stabilizing force. Without him, and with his massive success staring them in the face, there is nothing left to hold the mask in place. The public reactions are becoming more coordinated. Hashtags like Team Brandy and Michael One are trending every time a new piece of information leaks. This isn't just a 24-hour news cycle. This is a sustained interest in the downfall of a narrative. People feel lied to. They feel like the version of Lori and Michael's breakup they were sold was a fabrication, and they are hungry for the real story. Brandy Harvey is allegedly giving them exactly what they want. The consequences of this could lead to a permanent estrangement within the family. If Brandy continues to expose the truth about how Michael was treated and how Lori is reacting now, there may be no coming back. We are talking about a total restructuring of the Harvey family tree. The investigative findings suggest that Steve is caught in the middle, trying to play peacemaker while his world burns around him. But you can't fix a problem this deep with a Rolex or a vacation. The investigation continues to reveal more shocking details about the night of the Oscars. Sources claim that Lori didn't just call once. She called multiple times, getting more frantic with each ignored attempt. The realization that she is no longer a priority for a man of Michael's stature was a crushing blow. Brandy reportedly witnessed this and decided that she had seen enough. The truth she is exposing is that the Harvey family isn't the one in control anymore. Michael is. The fallout is hitting the socialite circles hard as well. Other high-profile celebrities who used to flock to Lori are reportedly distancing themselves. They don't want to be caught in the bad energy of a public fumble. It is a lonely place at the top when you realize you are no longer the one everyone is talking about for the right reasons. The public backlash has turned Lori from a trendsetter into a cautionary tale, and that is a transition that is very hard to reverse. As we dig deeper, we find that the anonymous sources aren't just random people. They are individuals with direct access to the family's daily operations. They are describing a situation of total disarray. The corruption of the family's internal communication has led to a state where nobody knows who to trust. Brandy is being seen as a hero by some and a villain by others, but one thing is certain. She is the one holding the cards right now. The hypothetical government or tax probes that sometimes follow high-profile family feuds are also a concern for the Harveys. When you have this much wealth and this much public infighting, the authorities tend to take a closer look at everything. While there is no official investigation yet, the fear is that the Brandy leaks could lead to a deeper look into the family's business dealings. This is the ultimate nightmare for a man like Steve Harvey, who has worked so hard to build his commercial empire. Michael B. Jordan, meanwhile, is living his best life. He was recently spotted at a high-end restaurant, looking relaxed and completely unbothered by the chaos surrounding his ex. The contrast between his peace and the Harvey family's panic is the most sensational part of this entire story. He has reached a level of untouchability that Lori can only dream of now. The public is eating it up, praising him for his silence and his focus. The fallout is also affecting Lori's future dating prospects. Who wants to be the consolation prize for a woman who is clearly still stuck on her ex-boyfriend's Oscar win? The rumors of her being back with Damson Idris are being laughed at by those in the know, who claim it's just a desperate attempt to show Michael that she's moved on too. But you can't move on when the whole world is watching you stay in the same place while your ex moves to the moon. The tension is building towards a massive public confrontation. Whether it happens on a talk show or through a series of leaked statements, the Harvey family is on the verge of a total meltdown. Brandy Harvey has exposed the truth, and there is no putting that genie back in the bottle. The It Girl era is over, and the era of Michael B. Jordan's undisputed reign has begun. The consequences are real, the fallout is massive, and the world is watching every single move. The narrative of the perfect Harvey family is officially dead. What remains is a group of people trying to survive the fallout of a scandal that they created themselves. Brandy's alleged courage to speak out has changed everything. The public is no longer buying what the Harveys are selling, and the price of that loss is incalculable. As we move into the final part of this investigation, the question isn't if the Harvey family will survive this, but what will be left of them when the dust finally settles. The structural collapse of the Harvey reputation is now entering its final and most devastating phase. With Brandy Harvey reportedly refusing to back down, the legal and social consequences are becoming a reality that no amount of wealth can mask. We are seeing a shift from mere family tension to what many are calling a full-scale institutional crisis for the Harvey brand. The investigative reports coming out of their inner circle suggest that the fear of a permanent public boycott is looming over their business meetings like a dark cloud. The most shocking development in this final chapter is the rumored existence of a digital archive that Brandy has allegedly threatened to release if the family continues to gaslight the public. This isn't just about Michael B. Jordan anymore. It is about every single calculated move the family has made to maintain their status. The public backlash has reached a point where people are calling for a complete audit of the Harvey advice industry, questioning the authenticity of everything Steve has built his career on over the last 2 decades. In the world of high-stakes celebrity, image is currency, and right now the Harveys are bankrupt. The hypothetical resignations we discussed in the previous part are no longer hypothetical. Sources are confirming that key PR strategists have walked away, citing irreconcilable differences in how to handle the Lori and Michael situation. These are professionals who have managed global crises, and even they see the writing on the wall. When the family's own blood is the one leaking the truth, there is no strategy that can save you. The sarcasm online has turned into a form of social justice, with fans demanding that Michael B. Jordan be given a public apology. The narrative of the cheating ex that was pushed so hard after the breakup has been completely dismantled by Michael's dignity and the lack of any actual evidence. People are now looking at the Harveys as the ones who used their media connections to tarnish a man's name just because they couldn't control him. This abuse of power is the central theme of the current public outrage. The investigative findings regarding Lori's emotional state are becoming increasingly dire. Reports suggest she is currently in a seclusion phase at the family's estate, unable to face the public or the industry events she once dominated. The rejection from Michael wasn't just a personal blow. It was a professional death sentence for her brand as the untouchable icon. When the most successful man in Hollywood won't even acknowledge your existence, your value in the celebrity marketplace drops to zero instantly. The financial crisis is hitting their philanthropic efforts as well. Sources claim that high-profile donors and partners for the Harvey Foundation are quietly pulling back, not wanting to be associated with the growing controversy. The corruption of the family's public image has infected every aspect of their lives. Brandy's alleged exposure has proven that you cannot build a legacy on a foundation of PR lies and expect it to stand forever. The truth has a way of finding the cracks, and Michael's Oscar win was the earthquake that brought the whole house down. The public is now focused on the potential legal fallout. There is talk of several individuals coming forward with stories of being silenced by the Harvey legal team in the past. If Brandy's actions embolden others to speak, we could be looking at a series of probes that would make the current drama look like a playground dispute. The truth that Brandy has exposed is that the Harvey family's influence was built on a system of control that is no longer functional in the age of viral transparency. Michael B. Jordan's silence continues to be the most powerful statement of 2026. He hasn't liked a single comment, hasn't posted a single cryptic message, and hasn't granted a single interview about the Harveys. He is moving through the world with the grace of a man who knows he has already won. This level of composure is infuriating to the Harvey camp because they have no way to provoke him into a back-and-forth drama. He has simply deleted them from his reality, and that is the ultimate form of power. The consequences for Lori's future are the most talked about part of this fallout. Experts in celebrity branding are saying she needs a total reset, which might involve moving away from the spotlight for years. But for someone whose entire life is built on attention, that might be a fate worse than the current backlash. The investigative findings suggest that her team is desperately trying to book a major redemption interview, but most top-tier journalists are reportedly hesitant, fearing the public will see through any coached responses. As we reach the conclusion of this investigation, the question of Steve Harvey's legacy remains. He has spent years telling men how to be kings and women how to find diamonds, but the situation with Michael B. Jordan has exposed a massive hypocrisy. How can you advise the world on greatness when your own family reportedly tried to bring down one of the greatest actors of our time? The public is no longer listening to the advice. They are watching the fallout, and they are learning more from the Harveys' mistakes than they ever did from their words. The internal leaked reports suggest that the family is considering a group therapy-style televised special to address the rumors, but Brandy is reportedly refusing to participate. She is sticking to her guns, making it clear that she is done with the performative family unity. This final act of rebellion from within the family is the nail in the coffin for the perfect Harvey era. The world is finally seeing them for who they are, and it isn't the polished image we saw on Family Feud for all those years. The fallout is a reminder that no one is too big to fail in the digital age. Not even the Harveys. Michael B. Jordan is the hero of this story not because he won an Oscar, but because he stayed true to himself while everyone else was trying to write his script for him. Lori Harvey is the cautionary tale of what happens when you prioritize your brand over your soul. And Brandy Harvey is the unexpected truth teller who decided that enough was enough. The sarcasm, the controversy, and the humor of this situation are all symptoms of a larger cultural shift. We are tired of the curated perfection. We want the real, and right now the only thing real about the Harvey family is the mess they are currently in. The investigative findings, the leaked memos, and the anonymous quotes all point to the same conclusion. The empire has fallen, and there is no rebuilding it this time. The final public reaction is one of closure. People are moving on from the drama and focusing on Michael's next projects, leaving the Harveys behind in the dust of their own scandal. The fumble is complete. The truth is out, and the consequences are permanent. As Michael B. Jordan prepares for his next role, the Harveys are left to figure out who they are when the cameras stop being kind and the public stops being fooled. We started this investigation asking why people keep saying Lori fumbled, and the answer is clear. She didn't just fumble a man. She fumbled her integrity, her family's peace, and her own future. Brandy Harvey just made sure the world had a front row seat to the cleanup. The show is over, the curtains are closing, and the only person left standing in the spotlight is the one who deserved to be there all along. Was Michael B. Jordan's voicemail the most important move of his career? Did Brandy Harvey do the right thing by exposing her own family? And can Lori Harvey ever truly recover from being the girl who lost it all while her ex-boyfriend won it all? The truth is finally on the table, and it's time for you to decide what it all means. The Harvey dynasty might be over, but the conversation is just getting started. Do you think this is the end of the Harvey family's influence? Or can they buy their way back into the public's good graces? What would you do if you were in Brandy's shoes, watching your family's brand crumble under the weight of its own secrets? The world is waiting for your take on this Hollywood tragedy. Drop your thoughts, keep the discussion going, and remember that in the end, the truth always wins, even if it takes an Oscar and an ignored phone call to bring it out. As we sign off on this investigative journey, remember that the story of Michael B. Jordan and the Harvey family is more than just gossip. It's a lesson in focus, dignity, and the power of letting go. While one side is scrambling to save a reputation, the other side is busy making history. And that is the most sensational truth of them all. Stay tuned for more breaking updates as this situation continues to spiral out of control. This is the moment of truth that has the entire industry shaking, and we want to know exactly where you stand on this Hollywood meltdown. Does Michael B. Jordan deserve an apology from the entire Harvey family for the years of subtle shade and the targeted narrative they tried to build against him? Or do you think Lori is being unfairly dragged through the mud for a mistake that any of us could have made in the heat of the moment? The evidence Brandy Harvey is allegedly holding could change the way we look at this family forever, and we need your theories on what is coming next. Is this the end of the Harvey socialite era, or is there a way for them to spin this into a new brand of relatable struggle? Drop your most savage and honest thoughts in the comments below because we are reading every single one of them. If you are living for this level of investigative truth and want to stay ahead of the next major celebrity exposure, you know what to do. Hit that like button to show your support for the facts, and make sure you are subscribed with all notifications turned on, so you never miss a breaking update. Share this video with someone who still thinks the Harvey family is the gold standard of Hollywood relationships because they need to see the cracks in the foundation. We are just getting started with this investigation, and you do not want to be the last one to know when the next leak drops. Stay tuned, stay skeptical, and keep questioning everything they try to sell you.